Let's talk about 4 tiny words, 4 simple rules that secretly decide if your entire data ecosystem works beautifully or if it just crashes and burns spectacularly. It really is the difference between smooth sailing and total, absolute chaos.
So what is it? What's the secret ingredient? Because let's be honest, you've been there, I've been there. We've all been on the receiving end of a data system that just gives up.
Oh man, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? That sinking feeling in your stomach when everything goes wrong at the worst possible moment. Today we're talking about how to make sure that never, ever happens again.
And the solution? Well, it comes down to these 4 pillars. 4 simple but incredibly powerful rules that build a foundation for a data ecosystem that's reliable, trustworthy, and frankly, a whole lot less stressful to manage.
All right, first up, data lineage. It all starts with one of the most basic yet most important questions you can possibly ask about any piece of information. Where in the world did this actually come from?
I absolutely love this analogy. Seriously, imagine someone just hands you a sandwich. Before you take a bite, you're probably going to want to know who made it, what's inside, when was it made, right? Your data is exactly the same.
And that is the magic of data lineage. It gives you the full story, the complete life history of your data. It maps out every single step of its journey, so you can have total confidence in what you're looking at. Nothing gets to hide in the shadows. And seeing this flow, it's everything. Lineage lets you trace data from its raw, original source through all the weird transformations it goes through, all the way to that final, shiny dashboard that a decision maker is staring at. Which means no more black boxes.
Okay, pillar number 2, data accessibility. And the tagline here is just perfect. Data for humans, not dragons. Because really, what's the point of having all this amazing data if nobody can actually get their hands on it?
And we have all been here, right? You're just trying to get access to a single data set, but you have to fight this bureaucratic monster of tickets and approvals and just waiting forever. That doesn't just slow things down. It makes the data pretty much worthless.
So this is the big shift we need to make, getting away from that infuriating bottleneck. The modern way is all about giving the right people seamless but still secure access to the right data. It's about empowerment, not obstruction.
And that leads us straight into our third pillar, data contracts. The main idea here is so simple but so powerful, accountability. Plain and simple, you break it, you fix it.
Honestly, the best way to think about this is like a prenup, but for data. It's an agreement made up front between the team that creates the data and the team that uses it. This way, everybody knows the rules of the game before something goes wrong.
And here's what that promise actually looks like in practice. The contract clearly lays out things like the data structure, the schema, how fresh it's guaranteed to be, and the exact format of the fields. This isn't just boring paperwork, you guys. This is the safety net that stops one tiny change from a producer from breaking 50 dashboards downstream.
And that brings us to our 4th and final pillar, quality SLAs, or service level agreements. This is all about moving from just kind of hoping the data is okay to having concrete, defined expectations. We stop guessing and start defining what good actually looks like.
This is such a brilliant analogy. When you book a hotel, you know the difference between a 2-star and a 5-star experience, right? SLAs do the exact same thing for your data. They define the level of quality everyone can and should expect.
At their core, SLAs are designed to answer these simple but absolutely critical questions with total precision. How fresh is it? How accurate is it? How often can I count on it being there? No more assuming. You get clear, measurable promises.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got wishful thinking. It's probably fine. On the right, you have a rock-solid, reliable promise backed by an SLA. I mean, which system would you rather build your business on? It's a no-brainer.
Okay, let's pull this all together. We've got lineage, accessibility, contracts, and SLAs. So why does mastering these 4 pillars actually matter in the real world? What's the point? Well, the payoff is massive. You get analytics that you can actually rely on to make big, important decisions. You get a foundation for AI models that you can actually trust. And, maybe just as important, you get a calm engineering team that can sleep through the night instead of constantly putting out fires.
And really, it all boils down to this. When you get these 4 pillars right, your entire system just works. It's more efficient, it's more reliable, and it lets your team focus on creating amazing things instead of just fixing what's broken.
So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Looking at these 4 pillars, lineage, accessibility, contracts, and SLAs, be honest with yourself. Which one is the shakiest pillar in your data world right now? Definitely something to think about.